Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm going to build a 38-foot sailboat. But before I build that sailboat, I want to fix up my existing Thunderbird here. And this week, I tackled all the repair work that I needed to do for my hatches. And I also started to fare the boat because we put a lot of patches and stuff into it over the last couple of weeks. As I got all the fiberglass on the boat done, I turned my attention to a couple of the hatches that had some rot in them. So this main hatch right here has two pieces on the sides here with some major rot in them, so I decided to take them right off. I'll have to rebuild them and then epoxy and fiberglass them in place, which I was going to have to do before I could fare out the top of it again and set it up so that I would be ready to go and paint it up for hopefully another 40 years. So I got the first piece here. It's just temporary in place, held in there with two screws. I still have to round it over and smooth it out and epoxy everything, but I wanted to get that in place so I could fit this front piece here and get it back to the shape and size that I need it. So I have it rounded off now to match the profile of the top curve here. And then I was thinking I had messed up, as you can see by this gap, but then I remembered that we had to cut our runner out of this so that this will slide along our runner, and right there is where the runner comes, so I'm saved by the runner. So this hatch here just had a little bit of rot in this corner, so I got this piece made up, this piece that fits here and this one that fits here, so I'm all ready to do a bunch of epoxying, a little bit of sanding, and getting them ready for paint. So we're out today. We're going to sand down our hatches. We have 5 different hatches on the boat that I want to sand down, clean up. As you can see, the paint's been peeling off of them, so I got to make sure the new paint keys well to them. Also, where we fixed, we have to do a little bit of sand in there, a bit of rounding over, and put some coves on the back side to make sure it's nice and solid. And also on the other 3 that I didn't have any major work to do, they just need a really good sand. Again, trying to make sure that new paint adheres well to them, and might round over a couple of edges. I don't like having sharp 90-degree corners because that is a place where paint breaks because it again, paint doesn't like to do 90-degree corners. I'll round these over just a little bit, make it easier for the paint to adhere better. So I decided to do my first little bit of fairing right here at the back. So I'm just going to give this a wipe with some methyl hydrate, clean it off, and then I'll go mix up my first batch of fairing compound. So I'm ready to start fairing the boat. I got some Pro Set fairing putty. I had seen Mads from Sail Life use this, so he seemed to have great success with it, and I'm gonna try it and see what it's like. So it's a two-part epoxy with the thickeners already in it for fairing. So that one is my resin, and this is my hardener. So it's a 1-to-1 mix, and we'll see how well it works. And there I have 2 piles of hardener and resin that are roughly the same size. And the resin is fairly thick. The hardener is fairly light and fluffy, so get the mix together here well. Looks like a fairly consistent color. No deep red blobs, no white blobs in there. I'd say that's decently well mixed. We'll go from there. Well, I have the stern of my boat. I sanded it down after fairing it, then reapplied another coat of fairing. I'll have to wait for that to harden, and I should be able to sand it down tomorrow evening, and that should be the end for the stern of my boat. I also had a little bit of extra fairing, and I'll walk you forward. And I applied fairing to this through hull that used to be here and the one that used to be there. I should be able to sand them out again tomorrow, and they should be pretty much finished. So step one, fairing my boat, and I got the flat sander here. It's pretty good, seemed to work good. Gave me a good workout if nothing else, so I guess that's a positive. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and share. We'll catch you next time as we continue to fair more of the boat and get it ready for the water this summer.